Hello everyone, I am Coolguy, and welcome to Rise of Iron. So looking at the vendors here, I have a couple weapons, a little top 5 in no particular order, ones that really stand out. So first, let's start at the Crucible Quartermaster, and a thing to remember as I'm going through these is that there are certain weapons, like we will take the pulse rifles right here and the auto rifles. So like when I see this party favor, it's got a good roll on it, but what I remember in my mind with these auto rifles, pulses, and some of these scouts is, well, you know, there's also one that's like the grasp. I'm like, well, I already have a grasp with counterbalance. I have a hawksaw with counterbalance. So immediately these don't stick out to me just because we're kind of spoiled with counterbalance. However, the first one that we're going to start with today is going to be the palindrome. It's like the IS Luna. It's in that archetype, that main, very, very popular archetype. So this thing itself, we can kind of compare it to the IS Luna out of the gate. It has one more range than the IS Luna, but it also has rangefinder. It has rifled barrel. And then we got either mulligan or spray and play, and you will probably go true sight. But the main thing is it's got a couple of hidden stats that are over the IS Luna. They go back and forth, but this thing does have a little bit more range with rangefinder. So for you PvP guys, this is going to be a pretty decent hand cannon. And on the stat sheet, it has 12 less stability than the IS Luna, and I don't know, I don't even know how it's going to kind of go with or against. We're doing this live, guys. We're doing this live. I'm having a pretty good time. Let's make sure we have a range perk on there. So, the range is going to be a little bit better on the palindrome with the rifled barrel perk, but the stability, like I said, is going to go to the IS Luna. And some of the more hidden stats, the palindrome has 20 more aim assistance than the IS Luna. It has a 34 better recoil direction stat. It has a very good recoil direction stat. It's in the 90s. And then it has 14 less equip speed. So the palindrome is going to be a pretty good one. I plan on picking it up. This is one of the ones that really stands out to me in the beginning, starting off. Next up is a fusion rifle at the Crucible Quartermaster. And it's one that really stands out to me. It's one that it's got a perk that we've never seen on a fusion rifle. So it's actually the first weapon that I picked up. It's going to be the Each New Day. So starting off with this weapon, we have unflinching. We have a lot of synergy with this fusion rifle, and I believe it could very well be one of the most consistent fusion rifles in the game. So unflinching or last resort, we would go with unflinching. Hand-laid stock to almost completely max out the stability, or snapshot, and then counterbalance. So I'm really excited. And actually, later on in the day, I'm going to do a live PvP commentary with this fusion rifle. I'm very excited with it. Like I said, it's the first one we've ever seen with counterbalance, and with the perk synergy of the maximum stability with counterbalance and unflinching, I do believe at that short to mid range, it's going to be very consistent. Like I said, I can't wait to try it out. So if you're a fusion rifle user, this one's worth picking up just on the fact of counterbalance. That's pretty sweet. So moving on. Over at the Vanguard Quartermaster, he has a pretty sweet little scout rifle. It's of the high rate of fire type. We are talking about the Angel's Advocate. Now, I'm a big fan of reactive reload. Now, this has some PvP and PvE attributes to it. We have Outlaw or Take a Knee, paired with either small bore or explosive rounds, and then reactive reload. So you get a quick headshot kill, you get a fast reload, and then you get reactive reload going on this bad boy. Like I said, you can either go small bore or explosive rounds, and in PvE, the explosive rounds do a lot of work, and you're going to be having reactive reload on top of those explosive rounds. Pretty excited about this one. I'm eventually going to pick it up. It's one of the ones that really stands out in the beginning and starting of this game. But if you're not into the high rate of fire ones, there's one that the Future War Cult has that's a pretty good starting scout. Alright, so heading on up to the Future War Cult, I'm a big scout rifle fan in PvE. Now this one can be pretty decent in PvP, but it's got a lot of attributes going for it for the PvE environment. We have high caliber rounds in either perfect balance or outlaw, and these have kind of a long, really inherent reload. So outlaw is going to be good paired with Zen Moment, so you're going to be getting more stability as the more hits you get in. Once you get a headshot, you get a fast reload, and then you're staggering them with high caliber rounds. It's going to be a really good weapon starting off. So if nothing really catches your eye and you're going straight out into the PvE, into the new storyline, this might be one of the ones that jumps out right at you to do well with. Either that or the Angels if you're into scout rifles. But I'm looking forward to it. I will eventually pick up this weapon. Like I said, it's got some of the main things that I'm really looking for as far as damage sustainability that we can get off with Outlaw, with the high cals and Zen Moment. Really good, really well-rolled scout rifle. Heading on down the stairs here to Dead Orbit, there's a shotgun, and I'm pretty sure you guys have been hearing about it, done some research, and know about it. And of course, we are talking about the Last Ditch 001. you're going to be seeing this. This is going to be the shotgun along with the Matador because of that range and impact. And out of the rip, it has it all going for it. We have rangefinder, hammer forged, and then quick draw. So this might be a lot of people's first pickup, and it's going to be one of mine eventually. It's very well rolled out of the gate, along with Matador. Again, you're going to be seeing this in the Crucible. So real quick, like some of the other weapons, like Dead Orbit does have this Unto Dust rocket launcher. It has, but Dead Orbit in the past have never really had good velocity on their rocket launchers, and it shows here. Even with Javelin, even with Hard Launch or Linear Compensator, we have the little grenades and horseshoes. But let's be real, a lot of people are going to be using the new Galahorn. A lot of people still are going to use Truth. It shouldn't be your first purchase. Kind of like going over into New Monarchy, they have a bullet hose. It's like the Doctrine of Passing, but the Doctrine of Passing does have better base stability on it, and all around should be a better weapon. I haven't looked into it too much. And they also have this LMG right here. Let's go ahead and put on some new guns. The First Citizen over there. Now, mine has rangefinder crowd control. It was a drop for me. The other one has counterbalance, which is pretty interesting because it has a max rate of fire. But again, shouldn't really be one of your first purchases in the tower. Now, again, when I was looking at these weapons, like I got this Shingen archetype, which I love. We talked about him just in the last video. Mine rolled with small bore or rodeo with glass half full. Now, when I was looking at these weapons, there's also a pulse rifle like the Grasp. I already have an AR-41 and a Righteous and another AR-41 that has counterbalance. And out of the rip, it's going to perform better just because of counterbalance. Same thing with that pulse rifle. So I took a lot of that into consideration. Maybe you don't have some of these weapons, but still, maybe you don't have some of these weapons with counterbalance, I should say, but still. Out of the rip, those top 5 weapons really stood out for a couple reasons, whether it be a very new perk combination or like the Panadrome with its, comparing to the Ice Luna. Those are the ones that really stood out to me, guys. Enjoy the day, and until the next one, I am Coolguy.